alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult. Yes.
It's going to be a little different this time. We're going to be covering 2 films for the price of 1.
Holy guacamole. Is that even possible?
2017's The Babysitter and its sequel from 2020, The Babysitter Killer Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Both directed by McG. I was going to say his full name, but it's McG.
Is it McG or MCG? I wasn't sure.
I think it's McG.
Okay.
McG is predominantly a music video director. He directed over 50 music videos. He did Pretty Fly for a White Guy by The Offspring.
Oh, yes, yeah.
He did All Star by Smash Mouth.
Mm-hmm.
He's done some documentaries. He did a Korn documentary. In terms of films, he did the...
Was that Korn the band? Or,
Yeah.
Or just... Oh, right, okay. I thought
Yes.
you meant the crop.
Yeah, no. Korn the band, he did a documentary. He did the 2 Charlie's Angels films with Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu and Drew Barrymore.
Suddenly dropped massively in respectability.
And to drop it even more, he also did Terminator Salvation with Christian Bale.
The only Terminator film I've not watched.
This film was in the script, which isn't written by McG, was in the 2014 blacklist for Best Unproduced Script in Hollywood. They have that every single year, the blacklist, which I thought, that's pretty impressive. And then I had a little look at some of the films that were also in the blacklist. 2005 blacklist had Wild Hogs in it, which is the John Travolta... I don't know what the hell it is. It's like a road movie film, isn't it? Where he's in a gang.
I've not seen that film.
And on the exact same list, 2014, was a film called Coffee and Kareem.
Oh, yes.
Which you have seen, because you had it in your worst films.
And it is an absolutely awful film.
It was in one of your worst of the year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, it really does try. And it tries so hard, it's not funny at all.
Speaking of trying hard, The Babysitter. It's hyper stylized, this film. It's very flashy. They kind of cram geek culture down your throat, really, and saying, oh yes, we know things like Predator and things like that.
There's nothing geeky about Predator.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, tomorrow night, you, me, party.
What up, say?
B, call us if there's any trouble, okay? Cole, don't cause any trouble.
I bet B has boys over at your place all the time. That's what babysitters do. Seriously, have you ever been awake after she's fallen asleep? I love her.
Anyway, we start the film off. We meet Cole. He's getting a flu jab at school.
Yeah. So he's immediately established. He's a bit of a soft child. He's bullied, and that's basically all you need to know at this point.
Yeah, we meet Melanie. The next shot you see is that they're outside the high school, and then we meet Juan.
There's my dad. It was his high school dream car. He got it after divorce to make Mom jealous, but it didn't work because it's just a car. Dad, can we give Cole a ride home?
Cole, are your parents expecting you to take the bus home?
I guess so.
Yeah, they are. So you should take the bus, okay, sport? Sorry, dude. I'll see you though, neighbor, huh? What's that? NASCAR Nation, bitch!
I like him. He was one of my favourite characters, to be honest. He's not in this a lot, in the first one.
Is he your favourite character in just this one or both of them?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. They kind of vie for my favour. The two fathers, I think. They're almost like they're in a different film, those two. When we see those two together, it's like that's not even attached to the films we're watching.
Yeah.
It's like they could have just had a film on their own doing what they do. But
yeah, it's kind of, yeah.
I like him in this. I think he's ridiculous.
We get the bullies next as Cole's walking home, and the bully calls him colonoscopy.
Yeah, which I think is a fantastic bullying nickname. I'm not sure whether they'd use it at that age.
Yeah,
but I think that is a good nickname for somebody called Cole. So I actually wrote that down. I thought that's a great nickname.
I do get the feeling that these bullies would never be bullies in real life.
No, quite the reverse, I think.
Quite the reverse. They're all they're sort of three overweight kids all wearing sweatbands on their wrists, and one has it round his head, the main bully. And they love to talk about Cole's balls.
Speaking of hanging, have your balls dropped yet?
Why are you so interested in my balls?
Yeah.
They're so not gay, they've gone full circle, and they're talking about how much they love girls and how much they like talking about if the geek has had sex or if his balls work or whatever the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, to which prompts him to ask, why are you asking about my balls? Yeah.
They get very defensive about it.
Yeah, and they can't answer that. So that's a fair response, I think, if you're ever getting bullied in a comical manner. Obviously, if you're just getting punched in the face a lot by people, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
That's not a good defence.
The main bully gets very angry and pushes him to the ground, which is when we get our introduction to the title character of the babysitter, who's called B, who's played by Hugo Weaving's niece, I believe, Samara Weaving.
You were just going to say Hugo Weaving.
Who's played by Hugo Weaving.
That'd be a different film, wouldn't it? If the babysitter was a bloke.
Yeah.
He's just a man, just a grown man.
But with the same hair. The long blonde curled hair.
Yeah, it would be, like a wrestler. Hey, there's an idea, WWE Studios. Why don't you do that?
Well, B, she bursts the tyre of the main guy and whispers something into his ear that makes him cry, and then they all run off. And obviously her advice is she tells Cole to punch them in the dick.
Mm-hmm.
Run away from them, drop like a bag of rocks to the floor in front of them so they trip over, and when they're on the ground, kick them in the dick.
Yep. She's streetwise. And she's also incredibly attractive, which helps massively.
There's lots of dick and balls humour just to start us off in this film.
Yeah, that doesn't go away. That stays. That sets the level. You got that level. That's where it stays.
We find out that Cole's parents, they want a night away. You know, they're having marriage issues and they want to go away to a hotel for a night. So,
yeah, I quite like the parents.
Yeah,
they seemed okay as well. They seemed quite likable, quite fun. I mean, obviously they're not in it that much, but
true or false, Ken?
Mm-hmm.
E.T. fingers.
Mm-hmm.
To Vic and Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do some E.T. That's how they say goodbye to each other. They do E.T. fingers. You know, 14-year-olds nowadays are always referencing E.T. Anyway, he asks his mom if she thinks he's a pussy. What do you think, Ken? Do you think he's a pussy?
Yeah. He seems a bit one, doesn't he?
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I like how they've got like fully grown exotic tarantulas underneath the house.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
like Indiana Jones.
That's a bit unlikely, isn't it?
She's down there setting mouse traps for him. The mum is.
Or for mice. I don't know.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem bothered by spiders.
Those. Imagine going in your crawl space and seeing fucking full-grown tarantulas in there in the suburbs of America.
Yeah. Not sure why you'd be in there in the first place.
Mom, I know pussy also means vagina. I'm not retarded.
Cole Johnson, do not say retarded.
Skipping ahead a bit, we get to that weird POV shot where B turns up to be the babysitter for the night, and they switch the shot so you're looking at it from as if you're Cole. You know, B turns up, she gives him a little wink. There's a lot of that kind of thing going on there. Let's not forget he's 14 years old, but she's quite flirty with him.
To be honest, this looks like the best day of any kid's life.
I think that's how it's written. I mean, the guy that wrote it is probably 30, 40 years old, so he's probably writing it like, this is what I wished happened to me when I was this age.
I wish this still happens to me.
Well, it's followed by dancing in the dining room.
Yeah, honestly, the whole thing is like they're swimming, they're on a trampoline. It's fantastic. They do a dance routine.
Lots of slow motion air guitar.
Yeah, Yeah, perhaps I wouldn't bother with that bit, but
it kind of reminded me of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, the swimming scene where she's undressing to get in the pool and stuff.
It's all perhaps inappropriate. I've questioned her motives.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I was him, I'd be absolutely loving it. I wouldn't be questioning anything.
We have a break from all of the hilarity for some unlikely pop culture talk, where they talk about their intergalactic dream team.
Yeah, wasted time.
B's dream team is Captain Kirk. How old is B supposed to be? I guess 20s.
I'm not interested in this bit at all.
Kirk, Captain Picard, Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum, Ripley from Alien, and the Xenomorph egg. These scenes they go on too long for one thing. Scene.
That's what I say. I'm not interested in any of this. This is just so everyone thinks, oh, so you've seen all of those, so you're a Star Trek fan. Yeah, this is all connecting to me.
It feels forced, doesn't it?
I'm incredibly relating to you. Yeah, it's just like, shut up.
Well, the note I've written next is, who is the film aimed at? Because style-wise, it's almost like a teen horror, but it's got 30-year-old pop culture references.
It's like you watch a film and suddenly they'll talk about a film that they liked. And you just think, what's the point of that? Yeah, okay, I like that film as well, but I don't talk about it every time I see somebody. But yeah, they do it. What's that awful film I watched? Larmageddon.
Yeah,
where they have a scene where they just discuss the Evil Dead films. It's like, why are you talking about that? Yes, okay, you've seen the Evil Dead. So have we. So what?
Yeah,
that doesn't make me enjoy this film any better than I was.
Yeah, it's like there's a scare package. It's called. It's on Shudder. That's very similar to this in that it's too self-aware, I think.
Yeah, it's just they talk about films, so you forget that this is a film. But no, of course we're not going to forget this is a film. That's why we're watching it, you idiots.
It does seem like it's a 30, 40-year-old guy writing it like how he thinks teenagers and that lot speak to each other, which isn't the case. And a good example of that is the next scene where they're watching a film on the side of their house.
Yeah,
and they're reenacting the scene word for word, so they've watched it enough times, and it's every 14-year-old's favourite movie, 1971's Billy Jack.
Yeah.
Hey, Gilly. So special, so bubbly. I told you you'd make a mistake and I'd be waiting.
Well, it doesn't look to me like I really have any choice now, does it?
That's right, you don't.
I'm gonna take this right foot. And I'm gonna walk you on that side of your face. You wanna know something? There's not a damn thing you're gonna be able to do about it.
Really?
Really?
Son of a bitch.
No 14-year-old's going to know that film. No anyone who's Samara's age is going to know that film.
I shouldn't think even his parents have even ever seen that film.
Yeah.
They don't seem the sort that would sit and watch that.
In order to finish off the checklist of best babysitter ever, Samara Weaving finishes off with some alcohol. She gives him a nice double shot of some nondescript alcohol so he can sleep because he says he's not tired. So she gives him that and then sends him to bed.
She could have just punched him in the face.
Yeah,
that would have helped him sleep.
She could have. And earlier in the film, Melanie, who's his neighbour, said that B was probably having sex with her boyfriend at the house because that's what all babysitters do. So he sneaks downstairs to have a little look and see if that's actually the case.
Yeah, she suggests that's exactly what he should do.
And then calls him a perv even though she said to do it. And what she sees is a spin the bottle game going on.
Her friends have turned up. As soon as he's off to bed, the friends have turned up. And incredibly wide and inclusive demographic of friends. If you get your boxes ready for ticking, you've got an Asian friend, so you can tick that one off. You've got a black guy, you can tick that one off.
Those friends as well, they're apparently they were written to reflect stereotypes of slasher movies, is what I've been told.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. So whereas though they're supposed to be the victims, they flip them to be the antagonists.
I mean, if it was intended in a satirical way, it's not actually obvious.
No. You've got the goth kid who's Sonia, who's the Asian one, played by Hannah Mae Lee. You've got the jock, played by Robbie Amell, who plays Max. Alison, who's the cheerleader, who's annoying as fuck, played by Bella Thorne. And the most annoying character in the film is John. He's played by Andrew Batchelor, also known as King Batch, who got fame from being on Vine, which kind of sums up why he's so annoying, because I think when you've got to cram in comedy in 10-second clips, then you just do stupid shit. And he pretty much just acts mental every single scene he's in, that guy.
Yeah, not a fan.
You just gonna lick my face?
Right.
Freaky shit going on. Smell good though. The spit's nice. You brushed your teeth this morning.
Anyway, they're playing Spin the Bottle with a guy that Samara Weaving's character B met at the liquor store.
Hi.
She's so hot.
Sam, you got this.
Make out with him.
I'm sorry. This is kind of weird. I don't even really know you guys.
Come on, Sam. You got that stud?
Hey, just close your eyes, okay? Pretend they're not even here. You can do this. You got this.
Just because I close my eyes doesn't mean that they're not here.
Do you trust me? Just relax. It's not weird, okay? We're just having fun.
We get our first kill here because you think it's just just kids having fun, but she ends up double knife stabbing him right in the head. And
we get a caption at this point. We get a "what the fuck" caption.
Yeah. WTF?
Well, no, we actually do get the words.
Well, yeah, we do, don't we?
Yeah.
It turns out, Ken. It turns out, right?
Oh, go on.
These people are in a satanic cult.
What? But that's not what I'm expecting.
Well, that guy, right? He's the sacrifice, and in order to complete the spell, they now need virgin blood to mix in with his blood. They drink it, and then they get whatever wish they want.
Wow, how complex. Surely the sacrifice was also a virgin looking at him. I think it could be 2 for 1 on that one.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Well, I suppose if you've got to go for 2. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for clearing that up.
Well, you're welcome.
Incidentally, who's clearing up all that blood? Because there's an awful lot from that double stab.
Well, we'll find that out later. We get an old book out, and Cole finds out that, as I say, they need the blood of the innocent for the sacrifice to work. His blood. Not much, as it turns out, because Cole goes back into his room, pretends he's asleep, and they take a little thimble full, almost a little syringe full. And I actually thought, well, if he just pretended to be asleep now, they would just leave him alone, and he could probably tell someone the next day, maybe. But no, he decides to try and escape out of his window. Ends up passing out because of how much blood they've taken, and then wakes up in a chair.
Yeah, he's tied to a chair. The guy, the jock, Max, I think you say, yeah, he's not got a shirt on anymore, which does get questioned, and fair play.
Yeah.
I thought that when I was watching it. I just thought, oh, okay. One of the first things Cole says, actually, is, why hasn't he got his shirt on?
Yeah.
Yeah, and fair enough.
Yeah. And here's the thing, even though it doesn't sound like it, I don't really like the script of this film. What I do like are the kills. Yeah. I think the kills are really well.
I actually thought that shirt thing was quite a good...
I think Max is definitely the best thing about the cult members.
I liked him.
Yeah.
I also liked him in the sequel.
Well, I was going to say...
I'll throw that in there now because, good character.
I was going to say that he's actually the best thing in the sequel.
Yeah.
What Cole had done is he'd called the police before he passed out, and they turn up now, and we get our first kill where shirtless Max throws a fire poker through the eye of the policeman that comes into the room. And in order to get the poker out, he pulls it through the top of his head.
Yeah, he kind of just splits his face open. Yeah,
it's a great kill. It's a really good kill.
As he's shot the cheerleader
in the tit. Yeah, and she never lets us forget about that. She goes on for ages.
She talks about that a lot, and it's just yes, they're all obsessed with their appearance, and to be quite honest, she'd probably be dead anyway. Because
in the lung heart area.
I don't know if the police carry really, really weak bullets just in case they accidentally shoot a cheerleader in the tit.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't shut up either.
Oh my god, he shot me in the boob! What kind of dick shoots a girl in the boob? B, I did not sign up for this shit!
whining. Stop all your whining.
It's only gonna stop growing. They weren't even done.
Man, sometimes you gotta settle, all right? I got a cousin, Chantel, titties flat, personality real good.
Oh, who's gonna motorboat these, B?
How you like it? Let me know. You want them quick or you want them long? You want a little spit on it?
Oh my God. Who's gonna want to suck on my nipples? No.
And whilst Cole escapes, he gets pursued by John, and mercifully he's not in the film long because he chases him up the stairs, trips on a toy car, falls over the banister and through the table.
Yeah, he gives us a this ain't Home Alone.
Yeah, which it kind of is.
And then exactly in a Home Alone scene, he slips, falls over a banister, and stabs himself in the neck. Which I'll give them that one. That was an intentional joke.
Yeah.
By referencing Home Alone and then doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah. Shirtless Max is the next to chase Cole, who ends up throwing him out the window, landing on the ground.
Yeah. Now and then he leans out the window, got blood on him and everything, shouting at him, and that kind of made me think of the Patrick Bateman in American Psycho, where he's also shirtless, leaning over his banisters.
That's true.
With blood splatter on him, with his hair slicked back, shouting. It just made me think that. I don't know whether that's intentional.
It didn't make me think that, but now you said that, I can see that. He escapes to the shed, Cole, and he grabs a lighter, a blanket, and a massive rocket firework.
Fat dragon. Do we get another caption there? I think we do. I think
we
get a caption of hell yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know what the fuck that means, but hell yeah for that firework.
He hides in the crawl space under the house with all the spiders, and he gets chased by the goth girl, Sonia. She spots him underneath the... he's hidden himself underneath a blanket.
Yeah, and one of those big tarantulas sort of climbs on it. He flicks it off. It lands on a mousetrap. She hears it and comes back for him. She's just going to stab him up.
Yeah, but he whips the blanket off and shoots the rocket, which misses her and lands in the dirt.
Yeah, rubbish. He legs it. He's out of there. He drills the crawl space mesh back on, so she's trapped in the crawl space. She's there. She's trying to stab him through the mesh. He fires some hairspray, is it? Some sort
Something
of spray.
Like that. Yeah,
I think it's bug spray. Yeah, it's bug spray he's taken down. Bug spray and a lighter. Fires that into her face, and she just explodes massively. At one point, she actually shouts, "I'm still alive, mother," and then it blows up again, and that's the end of that. She is dead now.
Yeah, it's good that none of the neighbours are hearing any of this.
Yeah. We are just in suburbia, by the way. Yeah, it's not like they live in the middle of nowhere. This is just in the street. Quite reminiscent of the Halloween street, I thought.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but everyone's deaf in the street.
What?
Cole.
Yes. Did you just blow up Sonia?
No.
What did that?
A firework?
A firework? Holy shit! That is awesome.
Cole gets chased by shirtless Max again. And,
he's shouting as well. He's still shouting, "Cole!" and still no neighbours can hear a damn thing.
Yeah, and he takes on Samara Weaving's advice and drops to the floor, trips him up, goes to kick him and misses his dick.
Yeah, as he gets told, "You missed my dick," which is amazing because I've got a really big dick, he says, which Cole disputes for some reason. and then just carries on with the chase.
See, that was funnier than the actual scene, just you explaining it. So why is that?
I don't know. Yeah.
He's about to kill Cole by strangling him, and then he hears that the bully, the main bully from before, is egging the house and doing some dancing.
What's that? Yeah, he does, yeah.
Yeah. And Max tells Cole he has to go out there and kick... His name's Jeremy, the main bully. He has to go out and kick Jeremy's ass.
Yeah, he gets another couple of nicknames as well after colonoscopy.
Yeah, what else has he got?
We get Cole Slaw, he calls him. And then he confronts him. He gets knocked to the ground because he's a pussy, as we found out.
Yeah, it doesn't go well.
No, he says, "Oh yeah, someone's trying to kill me." He says, "All right, then I'll go and get help." And doesn't. He smacks an egg on his face.
Why doesn't Cole just fuck off? Why does he even confront the bully?
I don't know. He could have just run away.
Yeah.
But and then he says he calls him colon cancer, which is a bit more serious of a nickname, you know. But anyway, enough of that. And then he just starts chasing him again. Yeah, he says, "I'm proud of you anyway. So I'll give you a head start."
Yeah.
This is Max again. So,
Yeah.
I like Max. He's cool.
Yeah, I like Max too.
Obviously, he wants to kill him, but he's not being a dick about it.
And he's better in the second one. He's good in this, but he's better in the second. And he chases Cole into the treehouse.
He gives us a couple of references as well on this one. He kind of says, "Cole, come out to play," which is from the Warriors. Yeah, which again, no teenager in any capacity would have any idea about. And then starts doing a Friday the 13th.
He does the
sound effect, like with the hair. Yeah, he does all that as well. Which I guess that's more for us, personally, us.
Yeah, and the treehouse floor breaks through, and they both fall, and he ends up getting hung, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's a shame.
From the rope. So
it's a shame.
That's the end of Max. And just in case the neighbours haven't heard all of this, B comes out, starts shooting with a shotgun.
Yeah, she's got a shotgun, and she's just firing that aimlessly out into the yard.
Yeah, and he decides to run to Melanie's house across the road.
Finally, yes. Yeah, finally go to someone's house, you idiot.
It explains everything to Melanie, and they both hide, and it's a pretty good scene of hiding, and some good tension, I guess. And
they're hiding as she's walking behind them. They keep just hiding as she turns corners and so on.
And a good fake out with the vase falling that gets caught as well. So that's pretty good as well. I mean, the thing is, like, even though I'm I haven't really said much good about it, but I think Samara Weaving's really good in this. I think she anchors the film, and then you've got Max as well, who's good. There's a lot of them are annoying, the characters, and I really don't like the script, to be honest, in terms of how many references and just stuff that 14-year-olds aren't going to know. But for the large part, this is a film that you can watch and it's just fine.
Yeah, I didn't mind this one.
Yeah,
I really didn't. I thought it was just a bit of a laugh, and obviously the gory deaths and the
deaths are the best.
The kills are well worth it.
I think the gore is really good as well. Yeah, they hide in the bathroom. There's some sexy eyes and kissing going on, which is
they're 14.
They're 14. Yeah.
So no, we'll not dwell.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was needed. Anyway, he locks Melanie in the bathroom, and then he runs back to his house yelling B to come and get him.
Yeah, the classic distraction of "I'm over here."
Yeah,
which would never alert a stalker to something's wrong.
Yeah. I don't know when Cole was scared of driving. His dad thought he was a pussy, even if his mom didn't, because he would refuse. He was scared of driving.
He never called him that, though, to his credit.
No,
dad.
And he's scared of everything, but now, as soon as he's threatened, he turns into an action hero.
It's because Mel. He has just had a little kiss with Mel, isn't he? So he's manned up.
The house is back to normal when he gets back, Ken.
What?
You're not going to believe this, Ken, but listen to this.
What?
He gets back.
Yeah.
Everyone who's dead is now gone.
What?
The house the blood all over the carpet and stuff is gone.
Incidentally, that's not the same rug. It's not even the same pattern.
Oh, is it not?
No, because when they did that, I had a look at that rug.
Yeah.
I just looked and I thought, well, that's a massive mess, isn't it? You should really have plasticked something or did something. And then when he goes home, that's a different pattern.
The police car.
If I notice that, surely the parents will notice that. Come on.
Yeah, the police car, that's gone as well. And then we get Alison, the cheerleader. She attacks Cole. And there's a callback to the fact that the dad put the knife in the dishwasher.
Yeah, we didn't cover that, by the way, at the beginning. But
no,
we did see a massive knife, and we knew it would come in.
Yeah, and it does here. I mean, it's in the dishwasher. Alison's going to use it and kill Cole, and then B just blows her head off with a shotgun. Which I didn't really. It's a CGI effect, but I suppose use it. It's fine.
Well, she's not going to really do it.
No, but like a practical effect. But I suppose it's fine. And then she wonders what to do. I mean, she kind of treads the line of good and bad, doesn't she? B, because she kind of likes Cole.
Yeah, she doesn't really want to kill him.
No,
but at the same time, she can't really let him go.
Yeah, and she's pondering what to do with him, and she needs to go to a new town, and Cole threatens to...
We have a little montage of how the film could be explained away should they both survive. So if she lets him live, then this is how it is. They came to our house, they did this, we've survived. Yeah,
and then she gives him a little wink and says she can come with me, and tries flirting with him, basically, but he's not having any of that shit after a kiss from Melanie.
No way.
He threatens to burn the book. And he ends up doing it. He sets fire to the devil book that they've got.
Yeah. Yeah, and he runs. She's there trying to put the book out, of course, because she needs that for more witchcraft and spells.
And then we get Queen. Queen starts blaring out. We are the champions.
He jumps in the muscle car from the Mel's dad, who's out with a Protestant. Obviously not in his car. And We Are the Champions is played. And he speeds up off the street like a drag racer, who obviously does the wheel spins and everything, speeds off up the street. Mel's happy, saying like go, go, go. And instead of go, go, going, he turns it towards his own house. He flips the car over some rubbish, some debris of his tree house.
Yeah, because it gets mentioned earlier on, doesn't it, by B? She's like, "Oh, is that your treehouse roof?" And it's basically used as a stunt ramp in order to barrel roll the car in midair.
Yeah, which I thought was a great stunt.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah, very, very good stunt. And B looks up as she's there trying to put the book out. She looks up and sees this car just heading straight through the window at her.
Yeah. And just smashes through the house and through B. And she's actually impressed. She's not even angry at the fact that...
she's not yet dead. He climbs out. I don't know how he's okay. But
Yeah,
he climbs
that's a
out.
death
He climbs
instantly.
out the car and she's like, yeah, everything okay. And yeah, she's underneath the car. And
she can't resist, they can't resist some more 80s pop references. And they have a conversation. This time it's Cole's turn to tell us his intergalactic dream team.
Yeah, waste of time.
The first thing bearing in mind he's 14, the first thing he says is Admiral Adama to lead. I had to look up who Admiral Adama is, and apparently he's from Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, that classic favourite.
Yeah. Data from 90s Star Trek for his intelligence and cool head. Predator to fight.
Yep.
And then he says, and me and you. And he mentions them two, and she says, I didn't know that we could choose ourselves. And he's like, it's sci-fi. We can do what you want. It's like, fucking hell.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah. And then she dies just before a failed attempt at E.T. fingers, which is
he's not having any of that.
No.
No. He does tell her that he loved her, though.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. I did. I only watched it for an hour and a half. He's known her for years.
E.T. fingers sounds like a private eye.
I'm not sure he does.
He sounds like I
wouldn't hire him.
like a 1920s gangster.
Maybe that's more likely.
Finally, the ambulances and the police turn up, as do the parents for some reason. Why do the parents turn up? They're just randomly, yeah.
Not sure.
And he tells them that he doesn't need a babysitter anymore, and that's the end of the first film. We get a mid-credits firefighter. He's going through the house. B's gone, and then she ends up killing him. So
yeah, the bullies outside, they actually show some respect, except for the main bully who just doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. So as we said, I think there's the plus points in the first film, and I think, as I say, I think Samara Weaving's the best thing in it.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah.
And I like the dynamic as well between B and the kid, and it treads the line of the culture references and occasionally slips off. But ultimately, I think it's a good watch, and as I say, the kills are really good.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed this. I didn't mind watching it again.
Yeah.
So
I didn't either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Despite the pop references were too much.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, shut up. No one would ever speak like that.
And if you didn't like the pop references in the first one...
Holy shit.
Moving on to Babysitter 2 Killer Queen, which is from 2020, directed by McG. It's got all the same cast in it again. It's got the exact same sort of smug, snarky tone, along with all the pop culture references, but it's all dialed up to 11 this time.
Growing up is worse than a near-death experience. I can confidently tell you that because 2 years ago, my babysitter and her friends tried to kill me. The worst part is nobody believes me. And now everybody thinks I'm crazy, but I miss her.
You're a weird little dude with a crush on a murderous, fictitious babysitter. We just got to get you laid.
That's your advice?
That's what the just came out my mouth, ain't it?
Yeah, and it's apparently 2 years later.
Apparently, yeah.
Apparently 2 years later. It was only made 3 years later, I guess. So, but yeah, so everyone's only 2 years older.
Yeah. I think the first one was shot in 2015. It was released in 2017, and this came out in 2020. So there's actually a massive gap.
Only 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
But which is the reason why when you see Cole and you see Melanie, they look way older.
Melanie.
Yeah.
That's my question.
Yeah. They look much older than they do in
Melanie
the first one.
Does not look 2 years older
No.
in any way.
Yeah. And this film tries way too hard to be cool. I mean, whether it's a 60-year-old teacher or a 16-year-old girl, every single character speaks in the same way with the same references.
Yeah, same quick fire. Everything's a joke. It's just irritating.
And as well, when you look at it, Brian Duffield, as I say, he wrote the original screenplay. This time, it's McGee himself and 3 others. So 4 people wrote this screenplay. And it's all over the place. It shows this film's all over the place.
There's references just everywhere. And it's just pointless references as well. It's just like, yes, okay, yes. I know what you mean, so therefore what? Is that cool then?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get Terminator 2 references thrown in about 8 plus times.
Through the
it's
whole
just
fucking
all the
film.
way through. It's like, yes, it is good.
Yeah.
We know. You get Kanye West references. Like, I don't know. Is that still going to be relevant later on in life?
Yeah.
You get it's references. I don't even know what they're talking about, but I know they're trying to talk about something current.
I saw a review of this film, and it said this is like if the guys who did Scary Movie did a piss take of the first Babysitter, which I think is absolutely bang on.
It's just stop talking about other things that have got nothing to do with this film, just for the sake of saying them, so we all know that you're aware of it.
And no one believes Cole that what had happened, even though the bullies were outside and his mum and dad saw it, and so did Melanie. None of them believe that what had happened to him actually happened. He's got PTSD from the events. He's taking drugs now, and the first 20 minutes of the film is exactly the same as the first film. He still goes and sees the doctor, who again talks like no doctor has ever talked before. He says all you need to do is go out and get laid. And then he starts ad-libbing about herpes and chlamydia or some shit.
Yeah.
Aren't you also the nurse?
Yes, from 8 to 2, I'm the nurse. Before that, I'm the guidance counselor. I went to Cornell, motherfucker. I'm a psychiatrist.
Well, why do you work here then?
Why you breaking my balls? I don't get. Why you breaking? I thought we were cool. We cool?
Yeah.
Are we boys? I thought we were boys. But look, you're not my only student. You hear what I'm saying? I got 27 other kids out there. Some of them have gonorrhea. Some of them more bipolar than Kanye West. Some of them got chlamydia. It gets on your dick. It gets in your mouth. The shit gets in your eyes.
Yeah, it's so
in
gross.
your fucking eyes. This is a herpes couch right here. You sitting on. There's herpes everywhere on this thing.
Yeah, Cole's, he's now wearing a corduroy suit, which will certainly stop the bullies. I think they said in the first one, it looks like this kid's hobby is being bullied. And it still does. 2 years later.
Even the title card, that's the same shot of him getting hit in the face with a basketball, the guy saying pussy to him and all that sort of stuff.
And then he gets hit again. So like they added a second hit in the back of the head with a ball.
And again, it's Melanie outside of school, which is the same shot as the first one.
Yeah, every time they chat, by the way, everyone in the background's in slow motion.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah,
they did that in the first one where they were speaking on the school bus. Everyone in the background's in slow motion, and they do it again whilst they're talking outside the school. Everyone's in slow motion except them two.
Yeah.
For some reason, I quite like that. That's probably the only thing I liked in this one.
Is that how it is when we talk, Ken?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Although there's nobody in the background, because we haven't got any friends.
You were with me that night. You saw what I saw, right? I mean, the cops, the blood. Please, you gotta help me out.
Didn't Dr. Davis say not to talk about this stuff?
Despite as I say, Melanie being there the night, she just dismisses Cole's when he starts talking about it and says you should focus on the good things of that night, like us kissing in the bathroom. It's like, well, sort of 4 teenagers got killed.
In my house, in front of me.
My babysitter disappeared. All of these plot holes that everyone seems to forget has happened, and no one seems to believe me. We get introduced to a boy.
How did they explain away the dead fireman?
Exactly, dead fireman, police. 2 policemen.
Well, I don't know whether they never found the policeman. They just went missing, missing in action. Part 3, Braddock.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you just can't explain it, so we'll forget it never happened. Yeah, nothing happened.
We meet her boyfriend, who's a DJ Jimmy Jammy.
Yeah, yeah. So it turns out that Mel and Cole aren't even a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she's now because now she's going out with this muscle-bound idiot.
DJ Jimmy Jammy. Put some respect on his name, Ken.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, DJ Jimmy Jammy. Much respect on your name.
There's 2 mates. There's Diego, who's a little fat Mexican kid with a peaked cap, and Boom Boom, who's a little fat
Mexican kid without a cap.
He actually calls him Cold Slaw as well.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah.
They probably couldn't think of anything else with Cole in front of it.
Lots of snarky dialogue as well. Like, she takes the piss and he laughs and he says, "Get off my dick." It's like, are you just intentionally totally unlikable, all of you?
I always thought as well, I was thinking, so only 2 years has passed. They've just kissed for the first time. They're now 16. She's dumped the nice guy and going out with a total fucking idiot.
DJ total fucking idiot
how did
to
that,
you.
I know, but how did that even happen? You know, it's just like, it was 2 years.
Yeah.
How have they, not still girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care anymore.
We get a lecture on Faust.
Yeah, yes.
That's the kind of
But yeah, it comes back, obviously.
Yeah.
They do bring it back. There's a reason for mentioning
Mephistopheles
Faust and Mephistopheles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I studied Faust at school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know exactly what was going on here.
Yeah, so
I've also got the film. I think that's
have you?
I think that's a Brian Yuzna.
It's Brian Yuzna did that. Of course he did.
Faust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have a lecture on Faust, and it's interrupted by the arrival of the new girl. She's got crazy hair.
She gets a slow-mo intro as well with a bit of music. She gets like a musical intro.
It's like a 80s hair metal.
Like a bloody music video, McGee.
McGee, you dick. She's got a textbook Nan cardigan on and some heart-shaped glasses. So you can tell, I actually had this conversation with my girlfriend about different women, how they're interpreted in films, and there's a thing that comes up called the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. It's in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, for example. Kate Winslet, who turns up and she's just quirky and weird, and this Phoebe is exactly the same.
Quirky.
Yeah, she's quirky, isn't she?
Quirky. She's annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, she got in the school from Juvie via a Care in the Community program, and the teacher wants to know 3 interesting things about her.
Yeah,
do you want to know them, Ken?
No. I didn't want to know when they asked her.
I'm going to read them out to you.
Tell me them again.
1, because this comes into play.
Yeah.
1, snakes are the most misunderstood reptiles.
Yeah.
2, and this is the one. This is the first one
me off.
that I was just rolling my eyes at. Her favourite movie facilitates between Deliverance or anything by Rob Reiner. You know how 14-year-olds love Deliverance and the films of Rob Reiner.
From the 70s, you mean, the Deliverance film from the 70s.
And Rob Reiner from the 70s also.
Yeah.
And she's late for her period. 9 days late. No one laughs and neither do we.
My favorite movie vacillates between Deliverance or anything by Rob Reiner. And I'm late.
What are you talking about? You're right on time.
Oh, no, Principal Hybrid's my period. I'm 9 days late.
Oh.
And God damn it, I was on the fence about it, but I think I might just keep it now. Because looking at all of your beautiful faces, I'm just so overcome with optimism for our future. I just want to fucking scream.
She's been in juvie, right?
Yeah.
What are they doing? Just sat watching Deliverance?
Yeah, and Rob Reiner films.
Rob Reiner. Just keep putting on, I don't know, what should we watch tonight, you bunch of criminals? Let's watch some Rob Reiner tonight. You sure? You sure you don't want to watch Deliverance again?
And to top it all off, as she goes over to the school linebacker by the looks of him and tells him to get out of the seat and leave the yogurt. And he does. And she just sits down, starts eating his yogurt. And then the fucking teacher, 60-year-old...
Using the same spoon as he was as well. She just walked in. He's just some fat ginger kid. Oh, come on. Bring your own spoon. If you're going to nick yogurts, bring your own spoon. God's sake.
If you take anything from the Bad Movie Cult podcast, that's what you should be taking.
That's some basic hygiene.
And even the 60-year-old history teacher English teacher talking to you about Faust, then turns and says, "You crazy bitch."
Yeah, at the camera. At me.
At you.
He said it at me. I paused it and I replied. I was not having that.
It tries to give us some semblance of plot by it shows the parents, and they're worried about Cole, and they're thinking about sending him to a psychiatric school for the mental.
Yeah,
I think it's on the brochure.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, neither did I.
Psychiatric school.
Yeah. They have a meeting at 11 a.m. thanks to a post-it note that's placed right on the
1 p.m.
Oh, sorry, 1 p.m. Posted right on the front of the brochure there.
Yeah, because he's looking for his essay that he's written And of course, it's downstairs where he hasn't been.
Yeah, he takes the brochure to Melanie and tells her about it. And
and she couldn't give a shit.
She didn't give
like
two
us.
fucks.
No, it's the same as us.
Yeah,
it's whatever, mate.
She says just ditch the idea and just come with her to this party she's going to.
Yeah, let's go to the lake.
Yeah,
we're all going to the lake. Are you coming?
Let's not forget the snarky comments about, well, everyone's on drugs, Cole, and then you get all the pop-ups of...
Yeah, that's rubbish.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably true in America. I think they like to just dose up the kids.
Yeah, but it's just pointless. It's
Yeah.
just like they introduce characters that aren't in the film just to say they do this, blah, 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 and a little funny bit. It's not funny.
Yeah, there's like porn and even vitamins. I mean, how's that a bad thing that people are...
Yeah, it's just stupid.
If you take vitamins, Ken, you'll have iridescent green urine, which is the...
Which will get you respect in every locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it does.
Except for Phoebe, no one knows what she's on. I tell you what she's addicted to, pulling rabbits with keys attached to their ears out of her locker. She doesn't know who's put that there.
Yeah, and it's weird because Diego is like following her and saying, "Are you coming to the lake?" And she says, "Yeah, I can't wait to finger you," which is an odd thing to say to Diego, and he finds that quite an odd thing as well.
That sounds like a job for E.T. Fingers, Private Eye.
Fingering Diego. That's the subheading of that.
That was a film you were in in your early years. I remember.
Yeah, yeah. I don't put that on my biography anymore.
Cole decides, you know what? I'm going to go with her.
Yeah. Well, we get the what's up with her? And he says, "I heard she killed her parents," and. Yeah, that's Phoebe. That's the new girl. I heard she killed her parents. Then there is that rabbit. She's got a toy rabbit in her locker. It's got a key ring attached to it,
and something in its eye, like a little note.
And it says "It ends tonight."
Yeah,
that's what it says. And on the back, it's on the back of like some sort of lucky numbers scrap of shit.
Yeah, intriguing. It's like out of a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cole decides to go with her, and he gets in the...
That's after it's red pill or blue pill time.
Oh,
there you get
Matrix
a little reference there of the Matrix that they won't have seen either, because that's still 10 years when they were about 3 years old.
And then smashes it over your head by having the school locked down to one side of him and then her with the keys. DJ Jimmy Jammy jumps in the back and he gives her
the car they get in.
Yeah.
Before we get there, anyone jumping in the back, the car they get in is a ridiculous car. You know, I mentioned the drag racer, the first one. This is now even more drag racer. It's got flames up the side. It's got the big hood extra, whatever the hell that is. I've never known what they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite ridiculous.
It's her dad's, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, it's her dad's.
Yeah.
He's not been in it yet. There's a Thelma and Louise reference. Yeah. They say, and they hold their hands up together and shout Thelma and Louise.
Yeah. And lift the arms up.
Yeah, it's like, shut up.
Yeah, like they're going to know that. 1991 that came out. But at least it's more recent.
I saw that at the cinema.
Fucking hell. At least it's more recent than Billy Jack, which they were fucking reenacting.
Which was 20 years before Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Billy, as I say, DJ Jimmy Jammy gets in the back, and he actually says a line that actually did make me laugh out loud. He says...
Glad you decided to join. Get have some fun, set our dicks on fire, huh?
Which, you know, if you're going to have fun, you might as well set your dick on fire.
Yeah, I've done it.
We all have, yeah. That was in, what was it? Fingering Diego.
Diego.
That was in that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's in the DVD scenes choices. You can choose setting our dicks on fire scene.
I'm more than happy to skip past the scene of Melanie and Cole's dad talking internet jargon to each other when they go over to their house. They talk about followers and memes and...
Yeah, I've not bothered even writing that shit down.
No, basically it's just to find out that Melanie has stolen the car for the weekend.
Yeah, he's now got long hair. Mel's dad.
Same actor, long hair.
Yeah, he's just now some sort of like stoner guy. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, which wasn't alluded to at all in the first one. He just seemed like a bro.
Yeah, he was just a bit of a dick.
Yeah. A quick scene at the gas station ran by what looks like a porn star.
Yeah, I liked her.
In some sort of leather miniskirt.
Mm-hmm.
Some talk about condoms, which Cole buys.
Yeah, he buys some XLs.
Again, she just talks like everyone else in this film.
Hey.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
You sure? Because you looked right behind me, and that's where the rubbers are. Do you want some?
Oh, no, she has a boyfriend.
Fuck that guy. She's not into him. She's into you.
Really?
Magnum XLs. It's the Tiffany's box of condoms.
Okay.
$100.
Get to the party, and this looks like my worst nightmare.
I've fucking written that. It looks so shit.
Yeah.
It's just idiots parking their cars whilst other idiots
On the
are
harbour.
already dancing. If you go like I don't know how many cars there are, probably more than 30. I'm going to say 30. You got 30 cars. They're all there, and they've all got music on that they can hear and no one else can, and they're all dancing needlessly, just dancing.
I haven't seen a boombox since the fucking early 90s. Someone walking around with a boombox on their shoulder. But you see that 3 times in this. There's blow-up sort of inflatables for the pool and stuff, for unicorns and shit. And you never see these people again.
Good.
Phoebe turns up. She pulls up in a truck, and she drops a Large Marge reference from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
That pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She seems to. She looks like she steals just a random guy's jet ski and drives off.
Yeah,
but,
she just walks without stopping. She gets out, does the Large Marge thing, just walks solidly over to a jet ski, gets on it, and just fucks off.
Yeah,
and that was it. It was like, what? Then you get Mel coming back to Cole, who's just standing there looking at idiots dancing, and she says, "Well, what do you think? Everyone's having so much fun."
Yeah.
He's just like, "We've just got it. Why are you all dancing?"
Yeah, she talks him into staying as well, doesn't she? Somehow,
man,
because he wants to leave.
To be honest, I would have just fucking walked. I'd have walked home. That's how shit that is.
No, I saw it and thought that I would not be seen fucking dead at anything like that.
Man, I mean, you get the spring break things, and I obviously we're not in America.
Yeah.
We're not Americans. I know the accents might have give us away, but we're not. And every time spring break gets mentioned in films, it's just like, is that really what that is? Do you just seriously get into cars, hopefully convertibles, and then when you drive off, just wave your arms in the air, shouting, "Woo, spring break," and then you get tits flashed everywhere? Is that really what happens?
Some people get there via 18-wheelers.
Yeah, well, it's with Large Marge.
Yeah, Large Marge.
It's like, is that seriously what happens? And what the bloody hell's the point?
Cole decides he's going to throw his pills into the harbour there, and he just throws them in because everyone's just having a great time. He says they're normal, I'm not. I'm not sure they're normal, Cole.
Oh, that's just irritating.
Yeah, no one acts like that in real life. Well, maybe Americans.
That's why I'm asking the question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they do.
And they end up going they hop on a boat and off they go for the party.
Now that looks like it's more fun.
I would do that.
That bit looks okay because they're away from all the other idiots who are just needlessly dancing.
Yeah. I mean, me and you, we've been together to a music festival, and you know that's if you go to anywhere in England to have a good time, music festivals tend to be that kind of situation. No one was just randomly dancing around.
No. And there was actual music.
Yeah.
And they still weren't doing it.
No. Anyway, and it cuts to the parents with probably the worst written cop in film history. And again, he talks the same as all the kids. He throws an 80s reference in.
Yeah.
He does the Vanilla Ice Baby.
Yeah.
And I just thought I'd just mention it quickly. I'm going to skip over it unless you've got anything to add to it.
No, it's just.
We get the Melanie's dad, the joke about I like the car more than my daughter.
Yeah.
He says through the whole thing.
If you miss that, he does mention that again about 8 times later.
Officer, let me ask you something. Isn't there some sort of a traffic light face recognition, Alexa, Siri, Orwellian obstructive tactic that's used on all citizens at all times? I feel like I saw that on TV. That exists, right?
If that were real, the infidelity wouldn't have caught me by surprise. Fucking bitch.
Who are you talking about?
My boo. Look, 9 out of 10 runaways are back by dinner time.
He's not a runaway.
Unless they got in a van, then they're dead. But nothing to worry about. They're not back by tomorrow. I'll bring in ice. Ice, baby.
We're back on the boat, and there's a party game going on. It's Cole, it's Melanie, it's Boom Boom, it's DJ Jimmy Jammy, and it's Diego.
Uh-huh.
And we end up with Cole and Melanie. They go for a little smooch in the cupboard.
They go into the closet. He says, "Are you not worried about them going into the closet?" And the boyfriend says, I think he's been in the closet long enough. And they laugh and they said there's no worries about a boy going in the closet with your girlfriend.
Yeah, doesn't he question if Cole has a dick or something like that?
Probably.
They come out and they start actually...
It does actually say that he has got a penis in the closet. So, yes, he overhears him.
Yeah.
So I think he's got a dick. And he tells Mel that he has.
Yeah, well, that's good.
She says that, yeah, I know.
How does she know?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not 2 years later. I'm telling you, absolutely no way.
DJ Jimmy Jammy and Diego, they start asking Cole about the satanic cult.
Well, I'm just going to interrupt and say that this for me is worth a mention, that as they do kiss in the closet, Foreigner starts playing with I Want to Know What Love Is, and that is the best rock ballad song ever written. So I just thought I'd mention that. Every kiss or sex scene should always have that as a soundtrack.
Is that which is on that's MacGruber? Is it that?
No, MacGruber is...
when he's with his dead wife in the graveyard. What's that?
Oh, I can't remember now.
That's perfect. Is it Mr. Mister? Is it Broken Wings?
It might be, yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that that's really like with the music and stuff, and when it's the grave digger.
Yeah, and then it stops.
It's just him making a noise, shagging nothing.
Yeah.
And
but this is it's a fantastic use of that song.
And as I say, that once they come out of the closet, they start talking to Cole about the satanic cult, and Melanie jumps in and says that Cole, he doesn't want to talk about the evil book, and then Cole's like, well, hold on one goddamn second.
Whoa.
Yo, so you went crazy, right?
Digga, shut up.
You saw a blood code or some shit?
Leave him alone.
Cole's his own homie. He can speak for himself, Noodle.
That's okay. Come on, bro. I got to know. You saw dudes killing folk, mixing the bloods. Come on, C-Money. Spill the beano.
Stop. Cole didn't come on this trip to talk about some blood cult or the devil's book. Can you please just change the subject and...
Jesus.
How would you know that?
What?
How do you know about the book now?
Because I signed my name in it, Cole.
And then we get our first kill of the movie.
About fucking time.
Yeah, because this is quite a while into it.
Yeah.
And it's a massive sort of fisherman's hook.
Yep.
That gets straight through Boom Boom's neck. And it turns out that she's the sacrifice.
Yeah, slices her neck clean open.
Lots
blood
of blood
everywhere. Fantastic.
Yeah. All over Diego.
Yeah.
All over Diego's face.
Yeah, reminiscent of John, of course, in the first one, getting covered in blood in the face.
Yeah, from and they say Boom Boom does the role of Samuel, who gets killed in the first one.
And we also get that caption. We get the "what the fuck" caption.
Again, yeah.
And it does actually say "again."
Oh, yeah.
So we get a caption that says "again," just to remind us. It's one of those. It's basically this. You know, if you see a sequel, and some people will say, "Do I have to have seen the first one?" Yes, is the answer to this. You do have to have seen the first one to have any idea what the hell's going on, because they reference the first one so bloody much.
I say the first
and
10
they just
minutes
copy.
is,
They copy so much from the first one that made it okay. You know, it was quite enjoyable, as we said. We quite enjoyed the first one. This one, just kind of, it's just the same film, and they make sure you know it's the same film. Everything that was good in the first one is ruined in the second one.
Yeah.
That's it. Sorry, bye. Carry on.
Yeah, and as you say, I think you make a good point as well when we've spoken before, when you say, like, if you're a sequel, don't reference the better original so often, because all it does is make you think, why the fuck am I not just watching the original?
You just think, yeah, that was a good film.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh well, on with this one.
Yeah. It turns out that Melanie, DJ Jimmy Jammy and Diego, they're all in this cult that B was in, and they're all trying to do the same ritual.
Yeah. But that's not the least of it, because hang on a minute, who's this?
I watched you die. I watched you all die.
We are dead. Duh.
We finish this by sunrise, or we have to go back down to limbo for another 2 years before we can try again. Let's get our Cole cocktail on and finish this.
Yeah, let's fuck him.
What?
Yeah, we get the original cult members, minus B. They all turn up. So Phoebe, in a bit of good news, it'll turn up for the books for Phoebe. Phoebe's turned from my least favourite character to my third least favourite character now that John and Alison have turned up again. They're all back from the first one. Max, thank fuck, is back.
Yeah, he's
Sans
still
t-shirt.
got no shirt on. Thank goodness for that.
And then almost on cue, Phoebe, we've already just been talking about her. She turns up. She's looking for some gas.
Yeah, it's weird because they're on a boat in the middle of nowhere in
It's
a
almost
lake,
like a Bugs Bunny.
and yet she's there as well.
Yeah, it's like a Bugs Bunny little cameo. It just turns out I took the wrong turn in.
Yeah, Albuquerque.
Yeah. She turns up asking for a gas and sees what's going on.
Yeah,
Exits
sees
stage right.
the corpse. She gives us a cosplay reference as well because that's cool.
Yeah.
It does that one for us. Apparently, what it is, they do explain it that they've been 2 years in limbo, and then they get the opportunity to try again. Yeah, that seems likely.
Yeah. What it does do is it distracts them enough for Cole to escape. And he escapes up onto the top deck.
Yeah, he goes down a slide and lands on the jet ski, which is a slightly better exit off a ship.
I've written it.
Than Rob Van Dam.
I've bloody written it, haven't I?
In the same kind of exit in, what was it, Three-Headed Shark Attack?
Yeah.
I can't remember
It is.
how many heads the shark had by this guy.
Yeah. If you're a member of our site, you'll see that we do it of the week, and we did best exit off a boat of the week.
That was our very first of the week.
It
in
was.
fact, I think we should do that maybe every month. We should just put that back on.
Rob Van Dam exits the boat backwards off a slide, very, very similar to this in Three-Headed Shark Attack. I've written this exact line down in my book, so very good.
Yeah, I haven't even written it. I just thought of it there, and I just thought of that.
Yeah, he goes down the slide onto Phoebe's jet ski, and off they fuck.
Motherfucker! First Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner break up, now this?
So what follows now is my least favourite scene in the film.
Yes, mine too. Yes, it's reference of lots of other things.
And I know that I keep talking about dialogue, but this is just this film in a nutshell. So they end up on the shoreline, and he fills her in on this cult stuff. And for one reason or other, she totally believes his story. She says, "I thought it was zombies. I hate zombies." And he's like, "Oh, you believe me?" And then she goes with, "What else do you expect from a collection of attention-seeking social media millennials with esteem issues?" Which is a sentence that no fucking 15, 16-year-old ever say.
No, but perfectly sums up everyone who's made this film.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. But this could be the review of the film.
Yeah.
And then there's another scene where she says, "Update me on this psycho breakfast club." So she's a nice 80s reference.
Yeah, we get a Terminator 2 reference, another Terminator 2 reference. We get Bear Grylls reference. We get a Queer Eye reference. There's another Camp Crystal Lake reference.
That's from John, isn't it?
It's just like, will you all shut up about other things that exist?
I'm gonna. This annoyed me so much. I wrote it, and I'm gonna read the line. Cole says, "I saw the older ones died 2 years ago, but clearly they're back to life, like they're mimetic metal or something." Mimetic fucking metal, he said. He says the line mimetic metal, and she says liquid alloy. Yeah. And then he says, "Wait, you watched Terminator 2?" And then she says,
"Oh, this bit wants me."
And then
man,
Ken,
I want to punch Dom in the face because he's going to say it.
And then Ken, listen to this, Ken. Then she says, "You know, they've just escaped from a boat where killing has happened.
Right, yeah.
They haven't got much time to spare, but they're having this conversation." And she says, "Yes, it's one of the 4 sequels in history that supersedes the original." I'm just there like, I want to kill everyone in this fucking film. It's like, yes, okay, we get it. We get it, McGee. You're reliving your adolescent fantasies through this Phoebe character.
Fuck you, McGee.
Through this Phoebe character. We get it. This is the girl that you wanted.
What are the other 3?
Yeah,
is that what you want us to ask? Is that what you want us to ask? Godfather 2, you've got that one, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so what are the other 2? Answer us, McGee.
You fuck.
You idiot. Anyway, if you can think of any of the other 2, just give us a line.
Can you
just drop us that one?
Ken, can you think of any film off the top of your head that supersedes the original?
Well, not this one.
Yeah.
I mean, this one certainly doesn't. So I don't know whether that was an ironic use of script, but
Yeah.
I probably wasn't.
Yeah, definitely not this one.
I would definitely go with Terminator 2. Yes, that's true. Just mentioned Godfather 2. That probably would as well, although I am a big fan of the original Godfather.
Me too.
I like the actual development of the character without already knowing about the characters. Sometimes it's a lot easier in the sequel because you already know the characters. You haven't got to go through all the backstory because we've got it.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you're a maniac cop, in which case you go through the backstory every single time just in case, which I also liked because it's good backstory.
Would you have one of the Friday the 13th as better than the original?
Oh, I don't know, but she says the sequel.
Yeah.
I don't know whether she's going to say
Like two, because
I don't know whether she's saying a
isn't.
sequel.
Yeah, Friday the 13th 2 isn't
No.
as good as the first one.
No, so I don't know whether she means that.
Same with
I don't know whether we're supposed to think about it this much.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Maybe we're supposed to just ask McG.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wants some attention because
He's probably on Twitter.
media, social, whatever the hell she said.
Inundating with questions, people. Yeah, I actually wrote about John. He talks about his Camp Crystal Lake reference, which is why? Why is that even like Camp Crystal Lake?
It's not. It's just a lake. It's a lake, and they're the ones killing people. So what the hell's he talking about?
Melanie, she sets fire to the petrol that goes all the way down. I mean, they were going for quite a while, but it goes straight the way down and blows the jet ski up. And Phoebe, she's had enough of that shit, and she gets out of there. She ends up running into a guy who's playing actually dueling banjos.
Yes, he is, yeah. That pissed me off again. This just pisses me off from here on in, to be honest. As soon as the guys from the first one turn up again, this film goes shit.
Yeah.
Apart from Max, when it's just Max, I'm happy.
I was going to say, I actually thought it improved when they turned up, but...
No, because I was all right with the first bit, because I thought this is just similar.
Yeah.
But it was annoying references, and then it just got stupid.
To me, the downfall is that comment with the Terminator 2, and it's just like, okay, there's no way, you wouldn't sit around and just have a chat.
I think that's actually when I sent you I've got to the annoying bit now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when I told you that, because I actually said, I thought, this isn't as bad as I remember it. And then it got to that bit, and it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, considering it's her favourite film, she doesn't seem to have any notice that this is dueling banjos that this guy's playing. And there's just massive red flags all the way through this conversation with this guy. And he ends up trying to rape her. Cole...
Yeah, there's no point in this scene.
No.
Incidentally. There's no point in this whatsoever. Cole turns up and acts like a prick.
He ties the laces. You see him at first.
For pleasure.
Well, I'm going to talk about that in a sec.
What the fuck is he on about?
I'm going to talk about... I had to look this up. I'll talk about it in a sec. Cole turns up. He ties the laces of the guy, which is what happened to him earlier on in the film, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he does it to this guy. And he starts talking about his favourite campfire food.
S'mores.
Yeah, he says, I love s'mores. I eat them just for pleasure. And because it's such a weird line, I was like, that must be a reference to something. And it's a similar line from The Sure Thing, a 1985 movie from director Rob Reiner. So, of course, it's a great reference to a film that no one's heard of.
Oh, because Cole also... likes Rob Reiner.
Yes, because all 14-year-olds like Rob Reiner, Ken.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had to look. There's another thing I had to look up later as well, but yeah, that's the first thing. And I was like...
I hated him doing that.
Yeah, just because it seemed so out of place, I was like, all right, I need to see what this is.
Because he's just like a nervous geek, and it's suddenly singing in front of a madman. Yeah,
it's so out of place, I'm going to have to search it, and sure enough, it is a line. It's a similar line that John Cusack says in The Sure Thing. Anyway... They run away. He trips over his shoelaces. They get in the car. Sonia turns up with an actual fucking flamethrower. Where she got that from, I don't know.
Not sure.
Sets fire to the rapist. Probably the only deserved death.
She shouts "Fat Dragon."
Oh, she does.
She shouts "Fat Dragon" because when that firework got shot at her, she read what it was as it went past her face in the first film. Yes, so she shouts "Fat Dragon," and then we actually get a quick before the deal was signed. We get this for all of these, for all of the returning characters. We get a what were they doing before and what made them sign up to the cult. And it's really weird because she wasn't really doing anything to suggest she wanted to join a cult. She was a makeup artist in a morgue, and she was just putting makeup on a girl's face, a dead body, obviously, a dead face. And then B turns up and says... do you want to do better or some shit? I don't know.
Something
what she
like
says.
that, yeah.
And that was it. And it was like, well, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
It's not like she wasn't complaining about what she was doing. She was just doing a job.
Yeah.
And then now
which we all fucking do.
Yeah, and then she just suddenly joined a cult.
Yeah.
To do something else.
So she kills the rapist with a flamethrower. This is 40
she
minutes.
does say silence rapist,
Yeah.
which I quite like that. I just liked the
This is probably the
two
only-
words together.
Yeah, this is probably the one person that deserves to be killed.
Yeah, and she does. She burns him.
Yeah, this is 40 minutes into the film. We've only got our second kill. And I feel like it's been hours at this point. I remember I wrote that. This feels like it's been hours, this film, with 40 minutes in. And then Cole ends up running her over.
They run her over, yeah.
A few times.
They reverse over her again as well. Then she still gets up, so they run her over again. She's now on the hood of the car as they ram her into the rocks. And as they ram her into the rocks, this rapist who's in the middle of a desert of something, he's now got a surfboard on top, that decapitates her in an explosion of blood.
Yeah. The car's fucked after that. It's stuck on the rocks. And then we hear Hocus Pocus by Focus.
We do, yeah. But it doesn't even last long. It's only about like a 20-second bit of that song.
Yeah.
And obviously it's the mental...
The yodeling bit, isn't it?
Have you ever watched the video, by the way, of them performing that live? Yeah, you worry for the guy. You really do.
It's about fucking 15 minutes long, isn't it, that song?
Yeah, it's not the easiest listen, that song.
They hide under the car whilst the bad guys argue, and there's a rattlesnake, because obviously you remember Phoebe, she thinks that reptiles are misunderstood, especially snakes.
The most misunderstood of all reptiles.
It crawls up his trouser leg and out of his shirt, and she ends up throwing it out the car, because there's a little bit where they think, oh, we've heard something under the car. They throw it out, and the bad guys, they get scared and run away. And
there's actually also there's a bit of unrest between the bad guys as they start to argue about the young and the old. Like the old are about 23 or something,
if that. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're the old ones, and there's a Morgan Freeman reference to John, the black guy, who looks nothing like Morgan Freeman whatsoever.
No.
I look more like Morgan Freeman than John does. There's a cabin in the woods reference. Let's go to a cabin. I've got a cabin in the woods. That's great. That sounds safe. Nothing bad's ever happened in a cabin in the woods. It's like, yeah, we get it, yeah.
Evil Dead.
They do more Friday the 13th. He does the sound effect again on that. Says, do you have to do that? He says, yeah, it's fun. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's like,
It is a
will you
lot.
just stop it?
It is a lot, and but the thing that pisses me off the most though, about that sort of stuff is it's not even the stuff like Indiana Jones. It's this which I'm about to read now, which is Phoebe talking to Cole she thanks him to coming back to help her, and she hints at more of a backstory which no one gives a fuck about at this point. And then she says, "Them's the breaks, pony boy. Stay gold my ass," which of course is from the teenage favourite The Outsiders from 1983. That's what that's from. Pony Boy is a character from that, and Stay Gold is and them's the breaks. It's just from The Outsiders. Like, McGee, what the fuck are you doing here? There's no way anyone is going to know that.
McGee has never known a child.
He's literally
written it from his own childhood.
Yeah.
That's it. He's never actually spoken to anybody under his own age range ever.
And finally, we mercifully get a fucking break from this to see the dads, where they're playing VR and smoking weed and just chatting and making jokes.
This is the thing that I thought was just from. It might as well have been from a different film.
Yeah.
It's totally separated from everything in this film.
Yeah.
There's no point in this scene other than it's them just dicking about.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because as you say, it's fun.
It is fun.
They're quite good. They're good
Yeah.
together. Their banter's funny.
It looks ad-libbed.
Yeah, and it's just pointless.
Yeah. And I don't know if it would actually be that good if you watched it in a separate film, in a comedy, but because this is so bad that when you actually have that respite, you're like, oh, thank fuck.
Jeez. Take it easy, Snoop. My God. Going on tour?
Because you go straight back to Cole and Phoebe. They're looking for a cabin from her past, Allison turns up, starts shooting at them. There's a bullet that ricochets back into her boob. We get another hilarious recall back to the first film.
Jesus,
where we just talk about her boob and how it's been shot again.
She calls him Coal Biscuits.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. That was one of the weirdest nicknames that he gets called. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get a flashback. We get a flashback from her as well, which is absolutely ridiculous and in no way, any way, shape or form, how somebody would actually act, ever. So, the first one, Sonia, she's just working in a morgue, putting makeup on her corpse, which is fine. She doesn't do anything. She just she's doing that. That's the end of that. The cheerleader, she wants to be a journalist. She went through all that in the first one. Her interview is that she wants to be a journalist, and she says, like, Geraldo, which I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I think that's how she says it, just for a joke.
Yeah.
But
Geraldo, isn't it?
Heraldo. Yeah, but she pronounces it Geraldo.
Yeah.
Except, somebody wants to have sex with you, it's like because she's sexy. And
she mentions it all the time, how fit she is.
I mean, fair enough. I'll cut her some slack on that. She's annoying as shit, but she's still attractive. Yeah, you got different standards. I have none.
She's just so fucking annoying. Jesus Christ.
I've acknowledged that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to live with her. Absolutely no. That's not happening.
Well, Bella Thorne, if you're listening, Ken will have sex with you, but he won't live with you.
Hey, that's the character I'm talking about. Bella, let's not rule this out. Let's not just say no right now, okay?
Anyway, she falls down the crack in the rocks and gets her head stuck. And Cole and Phoebe just simply pull on her legs, and it decapitates her. It's easy, isn't it?
Quite right.
It's fucking easy, isn't it? Yeah, and then a boulder falls on her like it's from a fucking Looney Tunes.
Yep, no need for that at all. That's not relevant to anything that happening.
Max turns up. He turns up with an axe. They fend him off with bits of Bella Thorne's body, like her leg and stuff, to hold him back.
Yeah, she frees baby dolphin.
Yeah,
is a line.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
No, me neither.
No, I just wrote it down and then carried on.
He kicks him in the bollocks, and this time, he finally found. Yeah. He finally found my dick, Cole.
Yeah. Which is a weird thing to shout to a boy.
He seems very pleased by it.
Yeah, he does, yeah. He's in pain, but he's happy.
Oh! Oh! Come on. Oh! Shit! Really? The bag? Finally found my dick, Cole!
Okay, and here's another scene that I fucking hated.
Hang on, we get a flashback now after Max.
Yeah. This is actually the best flashback of the film.
I enjoyed this moment because, as I said, Max was my favourite character in the first one. He's his favourite character in this one.
He's got a little paper hat.
Yeah, he's got no shirt on.
In his name tag.
But he is wearing a badge. He's wearing a badge that says his name.
And there's some woman.
He's working in some sort of diner. Yeah, and there's some bitch just having a go at him about everything about fries.
Yeah, she wanted salt fries, and he gave her spicy fries.
Yeah, and it's just funny. So he's just there, just staring at her with dead eyes. He's not really listening to her.
He has a little look at the fryer.
Yeah, he glanced down at that, and then she says, "And why aren't you wearing a shirt, you cunt?" And it's just irrelevant. It's just no reason for it. She's overly aggressive and that. And apparently he just wanted to kill somebody. That's why he signed the book.
Yeah, because Samara Weaving, B, she's there and she says, do you want to kill somebody?
Yeah, so the only reason he's there is because the answer is yes, he does. Just wants to.
Yeah. As I say, we get to just again another scene that I hated. It was the escape on a boat, and it's called the Jenny.
Yeah.
Max kills the owner, and as he's walking towards them, he gives a little double pop culture reference here because he mentions Forrest Gump. He does a little impression about the Jenny line from Forrest Gump, and then Ken he mentions, of course,
because. they can't start the boat, right? They can't start the boat. This needs a little bit of an introduction because this is how fucking stupid this bit is. The boat doesn't require a key. it requires a number combination.
Yeah, to start the motor.
And unfortunately, the guy who knew it has just been macheted through the middle by Max. So he's in a ridiculous cameo. No idea who he is, but he was in it for like 20 seconds at most and then dies.
Bearing in mind that the boat is called the Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Carry on.
Yeah, so they don't know the number. And over to you, Dom.
After he does the Forrest Gump impression, he mentions the 1981 classic song from Tommy Two-Tone.
To be honest, I don't know this fucking song.
Neither fucking did I.
And I even hearing it, because they do a little clip of it, I still probably don't know that song.
It's 8675309 Jenny is the name of the song. And of course, the kids know that song, and there's like a little light bulb going off noise. They look at each other and they sing along because Max mentions it. He starts, I love that Jenny song, he says. And they start singing along as they dial in the number. It's like, what the fuck, McG?
Do you know what I'd think of if they said Jenny? I would think of the spinning Jenny from the textile revolution back in my history class. So
yes,
I'd have been no use.
Which is why let's thank fuck that you didn't write this then.
And they'd have started just spinning.
Because there was a loom which had to work to...
Exactly, yeah. And then the Luddites would turn up and smash the boat to pieces because they fear technology and progress.
So they key the numbers in and it starts the fucking boat. Fuck me, I hated that bit.
Yeah. Anyway, Max, quick thinking as ever, Max just jumps in a dinghy, which is also just there.
Yeah, it's attached to the back.
And just flies off behind them.
Yeah, he pulls himself onto the boat. Phoebe sprays some silly string onto his head. I didn't realise it was this fucking flammable. Don't know why they give it kids.
I'm almost certain it isn't.
So they spray it onto his face and they light it. He falls into the boat. The rope that's attached to the dinghy gets caught in the propellers and drags Max under and rips his face off in a good little horror, in a good little death scene.
Yeah, it's quite a nice death actually.
Yeah, but unfortunately that's the end of Max and the end of my enjoyment of the film.
Yeah, somehow John, who's still stood on the little jetty, has seen all of this, even though they were travelling for great speed for quite some time.
Yeah, it's quite a while.
Yeah, but he can see all of it. He sees it from where he is. Jimmy and Diego say, right, we didn't sign up for all of this.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair dues. Diego explodes at this point. Jimmy
Jammy, DJ Jimmy Jammy.
Jimmy actually gives us a on his knees with Diego's like blown up corpse, just shouting Diego,
Yeah.
which it did make me laugh again.
Yeah.
Because he's just an idiot, Jimmy. He's quite amusing. He was like an understudy to Max.
He was, yeah. They're pretty much the same character.
He was kind of a stupid guy in the first one, but he's like a bit more intelligence as he's grown older whilst dead. So then Jimmy explodes as well.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said it because the set our dicks on fire that made me laugh earlier was Jimmy, and Max made me laugh as well. So it's them two characters that have dragged this film through.
Yeah, it turns out that you can't just decide that you've quit. You can't quit the cult. You can't decide that you're not going to follow through with your part of the deal.
Yeah.
So Mel rings up the dads, who gives some more little crazy shit, and we'll come and pick you up. That's enough of that bit.
Yeah. We get some more backstory.
They get to the cabin, right? And the cabin's not in the woods at all. There is no fucking woods.
Cliff edge.
Yeah, exactly. There's no woods whatsoever. So all that referencing of cabin in the woods is totally meaningless, just for the point of referencing more shit.
Yeah, there's a little bit of backstory more from Phoebe. They're pursued by Melanie and John on another boat. Melanie's in a ridiculous pose like a founding father, where she's got her knee up on the fucking front of the boat with a lantern.
A lovely scene.
Yeah, and we get my second least favourite scene of the film, Ken, which is when they get into the cabin. It's her family cabin, and it turns out that the keys that were on the rabbit opens the door to this place. They go into the basement. This is her big plan, is that they hide in the basement until morning.
You're not going to miss out the needless piss joke, are you?
Well, I was going to, but go on.
Cole needs a piss.
Yeah.
He needs the toilet. But there is only an outhouse, and he's too scared to go outside. So he pisses in a jug, or a vase that is there. And whilst he's pissing, she gets spooked by nothing whatsoever, and it's not explained what it is. So she's walking backwards, bumps into him. He spins round, pisses in her face.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that. That just happens. And then they laugh about it, and it's like, well, what's the point of that? It's no point at all other than just a piss joke.
Yeah.
Thanks, McGee. Well done.
Yeah, that's why I was skipping it.
No, I wasn't going to skip it because it fucking irritated me.
Yeah. So they go down into the basement and they start to kiss, and then it cuts to a dance sequence.
I hated it.
Yeah, second least favourite scene.
Jesus Christ, I hated that. But it's annoying because first of all we get like a White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane, which is a great song, yeah. And we get that as well because she mentions that, you know, she used to think that she was like Alice and all that, and she'd go down the rabbit hole, and it plays that as they go down into the cellar. And that was good. I like that. I thought, okay, good.
It's a great tune.
Yeah,
that's why
it is. It is good. Yeah, and I thought I like this bit.
You see a lot of it in like 70s cult films or anything like that.
Yeah, it's kind of associated with drugs as well, isn't it? And all that kind of disorientation of where you are and stuff. But yeah, I mean, these other two, John and what's her name, Mel, they've found the boat because they left the lights on as well, which is even more stupid of them. You got the dads. We cut the dads in the car. They're singing Black Velvet at the top of their voice.
Well, I've got bad memories of that song.
I actually quite like this bit though. It's they do in every you sing along to a song in a film. You have to sing it slightly quicker than the actual version because there's music in the middle that not interesting. So they sing it slightly quicker than the original. I quite like that bit. There's a phone call. They reference Joe Exotic in this phone call, who won't mean anything soon, and I think this is the bit you're going to get to, but I just wanted to build this up because I think what it's supposed to represent is a sex scene, which we don't see, thankfully, because of course these are still 16-year-olds apparently.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't go that route.
Yeah, and it's kind of like it's an old like Monty Python kind of reference instead, where it's like
lots of euphemisms,
chimneys and and
hot dogs into buns and
things like
trains
that,
through tunnels and things.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
And they start off dancing as well. They do the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air dance, which is like, why would they know that? You know, and the black guy actually has the Jazzy Jeff big sort of flat top hairstyle, and like the bad guys are all dancing in the background. It's just like
this bit.
Yeah, I was just like, fucking hell, I hated this.
Yeah, I've just written the word horrible.
Yeah, it is horrible. They're all dancing. It's like, fucking hell. Yeah, hated it. Too much. Yeah, and I actually am glad they did the symbolism, but again, it just went on fucking too long. I wrote the words hated it as well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these teenagers, so this scene went on longer than the actual sex scene probably would have.
Yeah. There's more backstory, which no one asked for, of the parents, and basically it's Phoebe's parents died in the crash because they went to pick her rabbit up that she left at the beach. Her and her babysitter are on the way to the beach to find the rabbit, and they ended up colliding on the road and off the cliff, and the parents die. And apparently the babysitter dies, but it turns out that she lives later, and we'll talk about that.
In the car crash, you see the car crash and you see that in slow motion, and there is no way anybody survives that.
Yeah, because they're in the truck.
I'll tell you that because
Phoebe
it's an open top Jeep.
Yeah, I was going to say Phoebe and the babysitter are in the open top Jeep, and you see the people fly out of the Jeep and the fucking Jeep land on them.
There is no way anyone survived that.
Cole and Mel's dads turn up now, and they call out Cole to come out so they can go home. Before that, Phoebe she uses a code she found on the bunny, so on that Chinese fortune cookie we were talking about, and it unlocks a safe. Ken, it unlocks a safe in the ground.
We've had a Goodwill Hunting reference as well, saying, "Are you not going to tell me it's all not my fault?" Which he says no. We get another Terminator reference as well about all that stuff, and it's like, will you shut up with your fucking references and say something that's new? I mean, I reference films a lot, right? Because I've seen a lot of films, but I'm not a 16-year-old living in an age of not actually bothering about films.
Yeah.
But I don't do it that many times. just to sound cool. It's only if I think of something. It's like something resembles something that I can think of. But they're doing it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, my girlfriend, her youngest brother is 17. He doesn't fucking reference films.
No, of course he doesn't.
He doesn't reference films ever.
Probably hardly even speaks.
Yeah, it's true. We get to...
So they get the safe combination off the back of this. Oh, Jesus.
And he opens it up and he says something about, could anything be more erotic than this? Or something like that. And then it turns out it's just a crossbow. How the fuck's that erotic?
I don't know.
It's not even used, is it, the crossbow? But
they miss with it.
Yeah,
they come out of the cellar somehow wearing face paints. I don't know why they're now wearing face paints. That didn't seem to be in it. Yeah, she shoots the crossbow. It misses because she's shit. Then we get John's flashback.
Yeah, I hated this.
So did I. There's an awful lot to hate in this second half of this film.
Yeah, in the fucking first half as well. But yeah, it's basically he's a singer. But then he's just, again, you can see why he was a Vine. It just like
it's like nobody ever would sing like this ever,
and it goes on for a while.
They're doing it on purpose, and it's like that's just stupid.
3, 2, 1. Can't give up on me like that, Frank. I'll do anything to make it.
It goes on for way too long. As I say, you can just tell that this guy is from the sort of social media comedy thing where it's just like, that's not even, like, it's probably funny in a 5-second clip, not in a film. I know.
It wouldn't be.
Yeah, I know. It's really bad. And he grabs a sword and he goes to kill Cole, but he ends up cutting the rope, which a chandelier falls down, which is it's made of antlers, and it falls and kills him. And considering he is my least favourite character in both of these films, I think he gets both of the best death scenes in both of them. Because the horns go straight through his mouth and out his, really, really good. And that's the only saving grace for this film. Whereas in the first one, it had Samara Weaving and a pretty coherent plot with some touching moments. This has literally just the deaths to fall back on.
It's just irritating apart from death.
Yeah, because the special effects deserve to be mentioned because they are still good in this, even though the film's terrible. Melanie, again, she tries to trick everyone into thinking Cole's mental, but he ends up just running off, and she kills her own dad with a machete. He decides, it's. You're talking about Monty Python earlier. This is Monty Python as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he gets a couple of quick one-liners after each of his arms are cut off.
Yeah, and then she ends up stabbing him, and he dies. Cole tells Phoebe to run, and he hugs his dad. His dad turns up. They hug, and his dad ends up drugging him.
Mm.
And
thanks, Dad.
Yeah, he wakes up at the gas station, basically steals his dad's car, says, "I have to save Phoebe," and off he drives back to the place they were just at.
This bit irritated me.
Totally pointless, actually. That bit. I don't understand why. This is actually my third. I've written it again. My third worst film is Melanie versus Phoebe in a Street Fighter fight scene with health bars in the corners and
girl fight. Yeah, and it actually comes up with the Street Fighter fight. Thing comes up, the graphic and everything, and it's just. And they're like jumping around, flying around, and kicking each other while their health things just like drop a little bit. It's like,
and they do the hand thing with the Dragon Balls coming out.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, just terrible. We get the ritual scene right at the end there. Phoebe's tied up, and again, they're obsessed with Terminator.
Yeah, mention it again.
Cole's a big Terminator fan. He'll be back, is what they say.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he turns up. He offers his blood as a as long as Phoebe is released, he'll give you his blood. And then finally, Samara Weaving turns up. Thankfully, because fucking something had to happen to save this film, even though it doesn't really, because there's only 4 minutes left of the film.
Yeah.
And Phoebe recognises B as well. It turns out she was the babysitter, Ken. Don't you see?
Oh my God.
What? You could have cut all of this out and no one would give a fuck.
Christ.
You wouldn't care, would you, if you cut all of her backstory out? The old cult members turn up again. They extract Cole's blood and drink from it. As they mix it with Boom Boom's blood and drink from it. And they all start throwing up blood. B knows, though. She knows that something's not up, so she doesn't drink it.
Yeah, so, there's a Faustian reference, of course.
Yeah.
They do mention Faust.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Just before this, yeah. So they all drink the blood. They're all sick. Killer Queen
starts playing.
Yeah, they play Killer Queen for us in case we forgot what the subtitle of the film was. And then we go through Max. Max says respect.
Yeah,
because he's not a virgin anymore. So
he fucking stud Cole.
Yeah, he's pleased that he's going to die because at least Cole sealed the deal.
I like how happy he is. He's like, I'm not even mad, bro.
Yeah, Max is just fun.
Yeah,
and then they all explode.
Yeah, and then B. Right. Here we go, Ken. B. She says that she put the rabbit in the locker. And made the deal with the devil so Phoebe could live originally. That's why she's in the cult. Even though in the first film she said she did it to be popular. Didn't she? She was like, that's why I've done it. So, okay, is she a good guy? But no, because she turned Melanie to be in the cult by promising her more subscribers. Apparently that's all it takes now. I don't know if that's McGee trying to do some commentary on now where people care more about subscribers than their soul. I don't know.
Although, if you do subscribe to us, please give us a like. Yeah, and we'll try not to kill any more kids.
So, yeah, I think there's a lot of contradictions, a lot of plot holes in this film.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense what she's saying.
And she says the only way for it to end is to die herself. So she drinks the blood and ends up dying. B does. Cole's dad sees it all and he finally believes his son. Yeah. He kisses Phoebe. Cut to Cole. As it turns out, all he needed just have sex, and that was it.
He was right.
It solves every single... He's in there with shades on. He's having a fucking great time.
Yeah.
And there's another shot. The devil's a book in the sand, almost promising us a fucking third movie.
Let's hope not.
And that's the end of the fucking film.
Thank goodness for that.
Absolutely hated that second one.
Yep.
Tolerated the first one. It was much better than this, thanks to Samara Weaving and things like that. But this one was almost unbearable, if not for Max and the gore.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. Yeah, awful film. The second one.
Too many references.
Honestly, for about the first 20 minutes, I thought, okay, we'll give it a go. It's not too bad. Bit funny. The parents were still quite funny. And then it was just like, oh, yes, it's the same shit. Please stop it. Yeah, I'd rather have watched the first one twice than watch the second one once.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
There you go. Anyway, you've probably enjoyed it. Let us know if you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not actually that horribly rated on IMDb.
Yeah, people seem to like it.
Some people like it more than the first one for some reason.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah.
But still, if you're one of those people, or if you agree, let us know. Let us know something.
Yeah.
Have you even seen it? Tell us that, at least.
Are you out there or what?
Hello? Yeah, maybe we should reference more films. Maybe that's what's popular. Jesus Christ.
And with that, we're going to move on.
With that happiness.
We're going to move on to this week's film pitch.
So no more delusions or anything?
Nope. It was all in my head. God, it sounds so insane now. I mean, no wonder you guys wanted me committed. Now I'm just committed to getting through high school.
Oh, my God. I love that. You got some pussy, didn't you? I can tell. Look at you all big and shit. You're gangly. You got your little corduroy jacket with your little neck up and shit. You got your glasses. You Magnum XL wearing motherfucker. You're doing the work, though, and that's what it is. You're making strides. You're doing the work, and you're seeing results. Get your ass up. Come on, let's hug it out. This is what we do at Courtney. Look at you. You think you're putting in work. Did you just get a bonus?
It's my turn again to do the film pitch this week.
Oh, good. Because I've prepared nothing. Well, that's not stopped me before.
And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do... it's an intergalactic sci-fi movie.
Okay.
You like that?
No. I'm not a big fan of the genre.
Oh, right.
Change my mind.
Okay, so what it is it's a film based entirely on references to other films.
Oh, yes. Actually, I do like this.
So we've got an intergalactic dream team here. A veritable
this, yeah,
dream team. We've got Jason X.
Nice.
He's the muscle in all of this.
Okay.
We've got Chewbacca.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, surely he's also the muscle in this.
No, he's the Groot character, the comic
the
relief.
Wookiee.
Yeah, he's the Wookiee. He's the hairy one.
Yes, that's right. I know who he is.
I don't know if you know this,
I recognise the reference.
We've also got Sylvester Stallone from Demolition Man.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I can't remember what his name is in that film. John Spartan.
Yes.
We've got John Spartan from Demolition Man.
Yeah.
We've got Jean-Claude Van Damme from Time Cop.
Mm-hmm.
And we've also got, how can we even think to leave this person out? We've got...
Can we have Johnny Five from Short Circuit?
And of course, at the end, we've got Johnny Five from Short Circuit.
Excellent.
And what they're doing, they're our last hope of a universal survival from the ultimate bad guys, which are simply called the ultimate bad guys.
Really? That's a good name for the gang.
Yes. And there you go. It's kind of like Star Wars, but very, very referential. They listen to 80s music a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of things that happen are stuff that also happens in other films which are much better than this.
Okay, we got lots of references as well, like for when the music happens, maybe a montage of things happen for the music, so you can enjoy the music for, I don't know, about 20 seconds at a time, thus filling out the time of the film.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. You got also, when if I'm going to do this, I need to get my team together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's when as well you got like Chewbacca. He's working at a car wash.
Yeah.
Mambo number 5.
I was going to say that's absorbent.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's why he's doing it.
Yeah,
he gets spun around.
Yeah, it's like wearing the mitts.
He gets spun round to clean the car at the end, like it. And
what noise does he make?
You can't hear it because Mambo number 5's playing.
All right, I thought you couldn't hear it because you can't do the noise of Chewbacca.
Also that too. Mambo number 5's playing.
Yeah,
that's a nice
Lou Vega.
And because these are all misfits and ne'er-do-wells, they're brought back. They can't expect them to get along. They need a handler, someone to keep them all in line.
Yeah, who you got?
Carl Weathers.
Oh yes,
Carl Weathers is a.
Can I suggest he has an eye patch?
Yes, you can suggest it. He has 2 eye patches. No, he wears both on the same
just
eye.
On one eye,
yeah.
In case one of them falls off.
Yeah, he rips one off in disgust at one point. He's got one underneath. This might be a bit too close to the Mandalorian that he's doing, so hopefully he takes it.
I don't know. Does he wear an eye patch in that?
No, but it's kind of just sci-fi similar. He's probably got a cape.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
We could bring that with him.
Yeah.
Because it is sci-fi, isn't it? So everyone wears a cape.
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably wear a hat in our one as well.
What kind of hat has he got on?
Probably
not his top hat from Rocky IV. I don't know. I know you said it would be referential, but that's ridiculous.
I think it's probably going to be one of those hats that dispense liquid from the sides.
Yeah, like a beer hat.
Yeah, but like sci-fi-esque. And as I say, they just go through the whole film just referencing other sci-fi films.
Much like we are right now.
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. I'd like to be in on the script.
What do you think we should call it?
Referential 2.
Wars.
Yeah, Referential Wars 2.
Yeah.
Call it episode 4. That references Star Wars that way, you see. Yeah, part 4.
Maybe we should name it after a song and then we can play that song in the film.
Okay. The Frog Chorus. Paul McCartney.
The Pipes of Peace.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Mull of Kintyre.
That's it. That's the name of it.
Just
Referential Wars, the Mull of Kintyre.
Yeah. That'll get the kids in.
Didn't stop him watching Babysitter, referencing fucking Tommy Two-Tone or whatever the fuck it was.
Tommy Two Tits.
That's his name, yeah.
We'll get him in.
And fucking E.T. Fingers. E.T. Fingers is in this.
E.T. Fingers and Tommy Two Tits.
E.T. Fingers is a bounty hunter.
Excellent.
Who's been hired by the bad guys to track them down. And I think maybe the bad guy, one of them, could be Charles Dance. I like the thought of that. He's like a big, massive, like giant-looking thing, and it's just Charles Dance.
What is he? He's not that massive, though. in real life.
Well, CGI him as massive.
Oh, really? Oh,
but,
okay.
But not like, we're not going to make him look like a monster. He's just going to look like Charles Dance.
Just a massive dance.
Just yeah.
We could do that at the end. So I don't know, a massive dance to end the film.
This is almost turned into if Monty Python did a space movie.
Yeah, it's just him. It's just huge. It just says bye. The end.
We literally made this up as we were doing it, but I actually would love to watch this film.
I'd watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with Van Damme in it and Stallone.
That's the budget. I don't think we'd be able to actually get the space, would we? They get the outer space theme to it because we wouldn't be able to budget for special effects.
We're not going to shoot on location. We'd do it in a we're going to blast Van Damme into space.
I don't know how it works.
We're going to do it in a studio.
I know. I think everything's a documentary.
We're going to hire actual Wookiee. What are the travel expenses for that?
Oh, right. Okay. Well, you've misled me.
We may have to ask Cuba for some more money then if we're going to do that.
Gooding Jr. or the good people.
All of them. All of them. It's going to be expensive.
He's probably got enough. Hasn't he?
Who, Cuba?
Hasn't he?
Probably not.
Oh.
Bill Gates. Elon Musk. We'll give him a
he
cameo.
Loves space.
Yeah.
Of course he does. He
give him
likes
a
a bit
cameo.
of space. Yeah. What? Like, what? Is
Give
that
him
a car?
a
He can buy his own cars.
No, a cameo in the film.
Oh, yeah, we'll get Cameo, who did Word Up. We'll get them in it, yeah. Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he can be singing with Cameo, Bill Gates and Cameo.
Not Bill Gates, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk and Cameo.
Cameo featuring Elon Musk.
So you said Bill Gates was coming
I was
in.
thinking it, but I think Elon Musk prefers space more than Bill Gates.
He likes Windows.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Which one was your favourite from these two Babysitter films, by the way?
What, which film?
Yeah.
One. First
Which
one.
was your favourite character?
Max.
Of both of them?
Yeah.
Favourite death?
I did like John's death in the first one.
Yeah.
That was a good death. But I actually did like Max's death in the second one. I like the propeller to the face.
I've heard that about you.
I'm a stickler for the propeller to the face. Let it never be said that I don't appreciate that.
Well, spread the word on social media. Ken and propeller to the face.
Yep, that's me. Yeah, hashtag.
And while you're there, follow us on social media.
Come on.
We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Search Bad Movie Cult on Facebook, and you'll find our group there. Come and chat to us about films.
It's a private group, incidentally, because I can't change the privacy on Facebook. It's private because I used to say things on there that I didn't really want people to know. But it's okay. Yeah, I can delete all that if you're going to join. I'll delete it.
Now he just says them on this podcast and I have to edit them out. Yeah, we chat about films that haven't been on this podcast or on the website yet. So if you're a fan of movies, come and join us over there. We've got a good community there where people just literally just chatting about films that they like. So yeah, join us on Facebook. We're also on Instagram. Drop us a rating on Apple Podcasts as well, which just helps keep this podcast going. Subscribe to us on wherever you get your podcasts as well. And from all of us here at the Bad Movie Cult, we will see you next time.
Oh, yes, indeed.
2, 1.